G'day time, my Fuzzyites, and welcome back to our continued Game & Watch play. Continuing in the Silver series, we have the third game released under the Game & Watch name, Vermin. Which I've played a bit of before, I'm pretty sure. I forgot to mention when we started the series that I have played some of the Game & Watch Gallery games. I think I've played a bit of one. I never beat it, but I definitely played it, I think, for the channel. 2 and 3 I've definitely done, because 3 is my favorite, and I think we basically beat that besides Judge, where there's a multiplayer thing you need to do. So I need someone else to play with me. And I've yet to ask someone about that. Because it's such an out-of-the-way thing. Then even beyond that, I think we've played a few of the Donkey Kong games, and whatnot on their own for the series. I can't remember. I think we did Donkey Kong, possibly 2, Junior, definitely not 3, because I would remember that, Hockey and Circus, because I was on a, hey, let's play some Donkey Kong game kick. Anyways, that's been resolved. Now we have Game & Watch Vermin. Vermin we are on to now. After, like I said, we just did Flagman, which was fun. Enough. So we'll do the thing, check out the box. It's nice box. Gives it cozy. So here, you have the hammers, you have the puppet, which is what you're called, I guess. The hammer, there's a mole, there's a hole which the mole comes from. You have the time and score down there. Left and right buttons, you have time, game A, B, game A, CL, which is like the restart thing. Left button /hours, because Game & Watch, you had a timer as well as a game, which is why it's called Game & Watch. I'm sure very influential in this day. Indicating the number of misses, smiling moles. So yeah, another game like Flagman where you had multiple chances. And I think most of the games here on out will have this, which is nice. Then you have the battery thing we don't care about. The setting time thing we don't care about. We've seen the other ones. So, game A. In this game, points are given for striking moles, which spring up from the ground successfully. A part of the ground starts swelling. Players must, before a mole comes out, control right-left buttons to move the puppet so that it's weird they called him a puppet. Like, he's just something on a string to be used. I don't know. It's not bad terminology, it's just weird. You would think they would go with, like, move the player, move the person, citizen, exterminator. I know places have used the term exterminator for this game. Timeout did that. Whether this is, like, a bootleg thing, which would be weird, or an actual thing, but they just called it timeout, that would be weird. But anyways, weird they just call him a puppet. Out of anything you could choose to call, I guess it makes sense because you're controlling them. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Just calling something a puppet is very, very weird to me in certain circumstances like this. And I don't mean to get hung up on it and have half this playthrough, which isn't going to take long regardless. But you can say depressing. You can see the highest score previously achieved in display. Once released, the game will automatically start. High score will disappear if the ACL switch is pressed or the buttons are detached. Which that actually doesn't happen with this, which is nice. So you can keep your score. I wonder if I left this, came back, if it would keep the score from previous games, or if like the whole site would, cut it out and wouldn't. I guess that would be part of cookies. Anyways, controlling the puppet, still weird. With both buttons, players must continue to hit all the moles coming from the 4 games except the center one. Successful hit against the mole makes a point. The speed is accelerated as the points are increased, which is a normality with a lot of these games. A miss is counted when the puppet does not strike a mole, i.e. there is no hammer over the mole. In this case, the mole goes back slowly and smiling in the hole of a mole. And a smiling face is indicated. With the 3 misses, 3 smiling moles, the game is over. The game progress is stopped temporarily while the mole goes back after being missed, but player must prepare the hammer over the next mole because the game restarted immediately after return of the former mole ends. The maximum score you can get is 999, which is different from the last one, which only had 99, but kept recapping, so you could count yourself how many you had. And the ball had 999 or 900 or 9,999 or 9,990 for game B. Alright, it resets to 0. The game is newly started. So this does the same. You get up there, it just resets. And like Game & Watch galleries, 1,000 points is what you want to actively get to anyways. If the unit is left after the game is over, the time will display after 5 minutes. Game B. In this mode, the moles move more than in Game A and come out of the 5 holes. In all other aspects, Game B is the same as Game A. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I think this is the game they used in the Game & Watch The Legend of Zelda thing they did quite a few years ago. I can't remember what year they did. I should really look it up, but I don't feel like it. Where it had Link's head, I think, instead. So yeah. This goes back kind of to the ball rule of playing things. Where, like, you'll always have the hammer over 2 separate holes. So you can sometimes just leave it after hitting one mole to another. And yeah, it's a little more exciting than ball, I guess. As this is more random when the things will come out, whereas ball, like I said, I'm pretty sure the speed and everything with it is always the same, so it's not like you're gonna get like different air. It's not like this where like the moles will come out of different holes and whatnot. Can I play like this? Probably could. Cheating, of course. Or I wouldn't call it a fair victory. But yeah. And then it's... I don't think the moles will come out and, like, one will be faster than the other. So you kind of just have to watch for which one's coming out first and get over that one. Whereas with ball, they tended to go in at different times. So there was kind of a keep an eye on it and make sure you get it. But yeah, not much to say. Pretty good. Decent enough game. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to play this game like 100 times to check. I'm pretty sure the moles will come out all at separate times. So every time you play, it'll kind of be, you know, what mole comes out when will be different, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not going to play like 100 games and count. And that would be a good time to talk about, like, for Nintendo. Nintendo, please, if you're watching, because I know you're watching some nobody's thing going through old Game & Watch games. Please bring a Game & Watch gallery complete collection with every single Game & Watch game on it. I think that'd be really cool. Either that, or have a Switch Online thing. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm getting distracted because it's getting faster and I'm talking. Ah, dang it. Do I want to go again? Not overly. I think we'll pick up the pace on a lot of these games. Because, like, once you see what's going on, there's not much more to it. I know I'll have to come back later on. It doesn't even indicate when a game A or B has been played, which is weird. Yeah, just pressing restart, you can see it's coming up from different places. You know, it's the laxest term of preordained. But yeah, preordained, not preordained. Oh, what would it be? This that would help actually. Pressing that button. Procedurally generated, I think, or whatever it is. The AI that's not generative AI thing, the good type of AI that helps makes games more interesting by changing up how you tackle things rather than doing stuff for you. Yeah, I don't know much more to say. I could go into my spiel about how I feel about emulation, but I do that every time. And if you're watching this game's one after another, I've already done that for the ball game. But yeah, basically with emulation, like I'm doing here, possibly it could be my own ROM. Who knows? Nintendo, don't do anything. I respect Nintendo in all the like when it comes to older works like this that aren't really being updated or used or have an easy way to buy, I'm okay with emulating it. And for us, like whenever I'm doing stuff like this and I emulate anything, it's always because one, I can't get it naturally, and two, it's for educational purposes. Because my whole channel is about checking out works from like their earliest iteration to the later iterations. And especially when you get some older series like Mario, Shrek was a big one where we had to do quite a few computer games, and I'll have to in the future as well. Check out computer games. More computer games, because there's quite a lot. Oh my gosh, how did I survive that? Yeah, you could, like I said, you could probably do the shaken method. Be probably pretty easy to do. Yeah, that's gonna get us. But yeah, yeah, I don't have much else to say. Emulating older games that aren't being worked on or have been kind of forgotten and whatnot. It's not the best, but sometimes you gotta do what you do. But yeah, Nintendo, I think that's it for us. It's fun. Yeah, I think it's in the same realm as Ball. In any of these games, I always consider them like arcadey slash. I guess these would be more mini gamey, where you're kind of just getting a high score in just one set thing. Whereas arcade can have different like areas to go through, like Donkey Kong. You have different parts of the towers to go up, so it is different. So I think these are I'd consider these more mini games nowadays. But it's fun. It is fine. It works great. Woohoo. Uh um yeah, not much to say. I think this is a lot more challenging than Ball or Flag Man, except yeah, Ball or Flag Man. And I appreciate that. So I think I'd get a lot more into this one trying to get the high score than say Ball or Flagman, because Flagman we did really well in, except for game B, where you have to unless you're actually using the console or me really concentrating and getting in my head. I see a 2, it's an I see a 2, it's a O, it's a if I see a 4, it's a K, and get that into my head. I could probably do it, but I also don't want to spend the time on it. But yeah, again, neat. This will bring another end to another game for the Game & Watch system. Really fun, really fancy, really free. Yeah, like I said, if people, I've said in a few of these, if people want me to come back and like try and get a very big high score, like I've said, Game & Watch galleries usually have like 1,000 being what you need to do to get full stars and whatnot. Not exactly what I'd love to do, but if people want it, I'll do it. But anyways, thank you, my fuzzies, for watching, and I'll see you next... No, I'll see you in the next one. Which, next up, we are doing Judge! And that'll be it for the Silver Series, so I think we'll leave it there for now, because that's a good... 5 games? No, next is Fire. We'll do Fire, and then we'll do Judge, and then we'll call it. But yeah, Fire is next. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.